Sherberts, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing a little bit of an in-depth look into how we are able to retire at the age of 40 in 5 years. Because when I share over on Instagram at Simply Sherberts about us retiring at that age, so many people have questions about how we're going to be able to afford it and why we're choosing to not work again after that. So getting right into it, my husband's retirement pay is going to be our main source of income at that time. I don't know if you guys are aware of or familiar with military retirement, but once his 20 years is through, the very next month he starts getting his retirement paychecks. It's not something that he has to wait until he's 59 and a half to get. It literally starts happening the next month, which is also the same with VA disability. And depending on his percentage, we will get paid for that as well. And so that is going to be our main source of income, although we don't expect to be using as much as is paid out. So especially in that first year where we'll travel the perimeter of the US while he does the run, we will be living in a car, so we're not really going to require that much money at that time. So we do plan on investing what we can into our brokerage accounts to hopefully gain even more money during that first year. Another thing that most people may not be aware of is that with the military retirement, you literally keep getting the paychecks until you die. And so, for example, my dad retired from the military in 1990. He's been getting his retirement paycheck since then, and he's in his 80s. So he's actually spent more time getting paid his military retirement pay than he spent in, because he was in for almost 30 years. And so in his paychecks now at this point, I think we're like 35 years of being paid that when he only spent 30 years serving, which sounds crazy to some people, but honestly, service members deserve it all. So no worries for me. I'm hoping that's the same kind of situation for us as well, that we will live a long and healthy life and keep getting those paychecks every single month that we can. And another big reason as to why we're able to retire so young is just the way that we live our lives right now. We live a very simple life right now, you guys. We don't require a lot of things. We don't go out and buy a lot of things. We do travel a lot, but we do a lot of budget travel. For example, we drove from Washington, D.C. all the way to Seattle when we were moving to Japan, but we did some car camping and things like that. So we do try to live our life on a fairly strict budget while still enjoying our time and our life. We just try to balance those things out. So for right now, we are saving between, I think, 65% and 75% of my husband's paycheck every single month. That money goes into retirement investing, brokerage investing, and we also have a high yield savings account. And then 100% of my paychecks actually go to our future as well. So that money is invested too. And that's going to be another source of income through paid out dividends and things like that whenever we retire. So hopefully we'll have enough money saved at that point where we can live off the dividends, but if not, we will be taking some of that money out of savings. But again, because we'll have had so many years of being mindful about our money, I don't foresee us having any serious issues. We also live just, again, a very simple lifestyle, so we know when he retires, we're gonna continue with that. Especially in the very first year of his retirement, like I've said before in other videos, my husband's going to be running the perimeter of the US, trying to beat the Guinness Book of World Records for that. We'll be traveling with him and essentially just living in a car the whole time. Now, a lot of that travel and trip will likely be sponsored just because of my job and working with brands and having these long-term relationships with them. But even if they're not, I mean, we won't even be living on his regular retirement pay. Now I just want to address why we personally have chosen not to work after we retire at age 40, unless it's a passion project or we're getting paid through things like brand collaborations, or if we film a documentary of my husband's run and sell it. Those things might bring in income, but we don't plan on having a regular 9-to-5 jobs past 40. And we do know a lot of people that do get out of the military and go on to have a second career and a second retirement through private sector or through work with the government, but that's just not something that we want for ourselves. We really are looking at this retirement as a gift. We have spent many years apart, and it took us a really long time to find each other and get married. And so the next many, many years in retirement, we're hoping to just focus on time and travel as a family. Our youngest will be 10 at the time, so we're getting just this excellent opportunity to watch her grow up together with like us all together at home. Especially with us having such a high projected net worth in retirement. Right now the projection is $10.7 million, and that's a conservative estimate. So really, like, more money is not going to do us any good, and you can't buy time back. So we're really just going to focus on, again, that gift of time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed hearing a little bit about how we're going to fund our retirement and why we're choosing not to work afterwards. If you'd like to follow along with our journey through the next 5 years as we kind of shift into that retirement, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell at the top so you can be notified anytime I upload new content. You can also follow me over on Instagram at Simply Sherberts. I'm very active over there. I'm on it every single day, sharing something new. But yeah, other than that, I hope to see you guys the next video.